Now what we'll do is we will go and check out, all right? We will go and check out what kind of action can we take as far as the stock selection is concerned, all right? So now in this edition of our weekend analysis, what we are going to do is we are going to take a look, all right? We are going to take a look at how to do the weekend analysis using CPR. Okay, so for those who have just been introduced to the concept of CPR, I will just give you an idea of what we have done on the CPR and what is the various kinds of things which we have done on the CPR. But I will be taking up different kinds of concepts and I will be doing a weekend analysis and shortlisting based on those different concepts so that you get a good understanding. All right. So now let me get started with the CPR. Okay. You got to go here on this page and you have to go to CPR. So when you click on the CPR, right? When you click on the CPR, you see here that this is the page that opens. Okay. So now on this page, right? On this page, you have got various sections. Okay, you got various sections here. You got CPR narrow, you have got the level 1, level 2, level 3, and then you have got some sections below. So I will explain one aspect and then I will be covering the entire scenario. Then further on, I will take up different concepts and different types so that you are able to understand what's happening. Okay, so now if you were to get some clarity, okay, if I have to give you some clarity, so let me just go on here and let me just do a simple line drawing for you. Okay, let me just do a simple line drawing for you, and what I will do is let me just open a simple Word file here. Okay, let me just open a simple Word file here, and I will take it step by step, so that all of you have got complete clarity on what's happening, and that will make it easier for you to participate. Okay, so let me just go here and show you exactly how to read a CPR. Okay, so hold on guys, you will get some clarity now, don't worry. So first thing is we are going to concentrate on the narrow. All right, so first up, when you are taking a look at the page, so there is something called as CPR narrow. So what does CPR narrow means? CPR narrow means that the three lines which are there, which is your TC, pivot and BC. Okay, these are the three lines which are TC, pivot and BC. These three lines are very close to each other. You know, they are as thin as possible, right? So when this happens, okay, when this happens based on the parameters which we have defined, we consider it as a narrow. Okay, we consider it as a narrow. So now these stocks, all right, these stocks are identified by NeoTrader and are showcased. Okay, so I'll talk about two concepts and I will explain that to you so that you can consider them and start using them. All right. So now this is a concept called as narrow. Now in this narrow, what is the message here? The message here is that the prices have not moved much during the entire week. And why are we going for the week? Because we want to shortlist some candidates and take a look at the potential which it can throw up in the coming sessions. All right. So now when you identify these stocks, okay, when you identify these stocks, these are the stocks which are having this kind of potential. So you are saying here that this is a narrow CPR. Now, if you scroll down below, there is something called as narrow 7, or you can call it as a NR7. So NR7 or narrow range 7. This is a little different. Okay, though it is using the word narrow, it is different because this is taking the narrowest CPR. Okay, so narrowest CPR, but it is taking 7 trading sessions. So you can see here there will be narrow. So wherever it will consider basically 7 sessions, and then out of the 7 sessions, this is only based on the previous day. So basically a CPR is the extension of price action. Okay, CPR is an extension of price action, and you are largely using CPR for identifying the trend. Okay, for identifying the trend, you are using Fibonacci levels and Camellia for levels. Okay, Fibonacci and Camellia pivots are used for levels. CPR is used to help you determine the trend status, right? So now you can see here that based on this, so this is only based on the previous day's action, while NR7, okay, NR7 is based on the previous 7 sessions. So now in case if it is a daily, right, in case if it is a daily, then it will be for the previous day. If it is for the week, it will be for the entire week. So now, for example, if I go to the chart, if I go to the page, right? So I hope all of you are clear. Can you all give me a thumbs up? Yeah, can everyone give you a thumbs up? You have understood the difference between what is CPR narrow and what is NR7. Let us go step at a time so that all of you get complete understanding. Yeah. Can you all give me a thumbs up? I'm waiting for all of you guys to give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So now what will we do? We will take this concept. Okay. We will take a leaf out of this concept and we will see how to shortlist some candidates. All right. The first block, which is your narrow. Narrow is based on the previous day's price action. अगर आप daily CPR देख रहे हो तो, अगर आप weekly CPR देख रहे हो, so it is based on the previous entire week. Okay. Now, when you talk about NR7, it is taking all such CPR across the 7 trading sessions. If it is a daily. If it is a weekly CPR, it is across 7 weeks. तो पूरे 7 हफ्तों में is it the smallest range CPR? Got it? That's what is the message here. Now let me move on and let me see on our page. So on our page you can see here that there are 2 tabs which you see here. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to go here and go to the weekly section. Once you go to the weekly section, what will happen is that you will see here that the entire tab changes. It becomes next week. What does this mean? It means that next week, what is the CPR narrow? Right? What is the CPR narrow in the next week? So you can see here, these are all the CPR narrow, right? These are all the stocks which are having CPR narrow and it is for the next week. So you are having at the start of the week, the stocks which are having a narrow CPR. Narrow CPR का फायदा क्या है? Narrow CPR का फायदा ये है कि आपको वीक के शुरुआत में ऐसे स्टॉक्स मिल जाते हैं जहां से एक ट्रेंड उभर सकता है, right? You are looking for a trend, right? From when will a trend come? If you are going to participate when a stock is already started moving, then your risk increases, right? In such scenario, a narrow CPR helps you. A narrow CPR helps you to identify such names which help you stay away. Right? You know that yes, these are some stocks which you can concentrate on and you can participate. So here are narrow. Now, if you scroll down further, so here you can see there is something called as narrow 7. यानी पिछले 7 हफ्ते में, right? Go to the next week tab. You can see here, these are the stocks which are in narrow 7. Okay, these are the stocks which are in narrow 7. Okay, so I hope all of you are getting an understanding now. These are the stocks which are having the which are in narrow 7. All right. So now these are the stocks which are having the narrow 7. Okay, but not necessary. Okay, these are not necessary. ये जो है narrow CPR in the last 7 trading sessions. These are the narrow CPR in the last 7 trading sessions. So now if you go here, okay, these are some stocks which are based on the previous week. ये over the last 7 trading sessions. So what you can do is, okay, you can try and find a confluence, okay, of what you can find कि ये जो stock है, all right, you are going to now do a combination. What are you going to do a combination of? You are going to do a combination of, these are the narrowest CPR based on the previous week's action. All right. So इसका आप एक वॉच लिस्ट क्रिएट करेंगे. ओके, इसका आप यहाँ पर एक वॉच लिस्ट क्रिएट करेंगे. ओके, so if you have to reach the CPR page, you have to go here and then you have to go to the pivots view, then you have to go to the CPR. So this is how you reach the CPR page, right? Now in the CPR page, what are we doing? We are going and setting the time frame to weekly. All right, we are going and setting the time frame to weekly, and at this moment we have kept it as Nifty FNO. You can repeat this process if you want on the entire Nifty 500 also. Nifty 500 is the maximum universe which is there as part of our setup at the moment. Okay. So now having said that, if you go here, CPR narrow जो है यहाँ पर, ये कह रहा है कि CPR narrow based on the previous week's action. Okay, based on the previous week's action. And यहाँ पर आपको दिख रहा है कि इन सबके CPR जो है, this is the thinnest CPR in the last 7 trading sessions. So now what you are going to do is you are going to add this entire list of stock. Okay, I'm going to take this bucket and I am going to add this stock. All right, I am going to add this stock. Okay, I'll create a new watch list, right? And I will create this and say here as a NR7. Okay, this is the NR7 underscore weekly, right? I'll just say NR7 weekly. So when I go and add this stock is the NR7 weekly. So you can see here I'm getting a message of the stock successfully added, right? So these stocks have got successfully added to a watch list. I am creating a watch list so that I can target some specific stocks. Is everyone clear till here? Can you all give me thumbs up? समझ में आया आपको यहाँ तक watch list creation तक? Let's go step by step so that all of you are familiar. Okay. All right. You understood? Okay. Very good. So now, if you see here, okay, if you see here now, we have created this NR7 weekly, right? We have created a watch list called as NR7. Okay, we have created a watch list called as NR7, and these stocks have not shown any movement yet. Okay, this is based on the week. So मुझे weekly select करना है. All right, I have to select the week and then I have to go into the next week. Okay, let me see. Stocks have got added. Let me go here and let me check. Hold on a moment. I would like all of you to pay attention here. I am going to the watch list now and verifying whether the stocks have got added. Okay, just hold on a moment. So on this page, On this page, I will get to see exactly. I'll just go and verify my watch list. Okay, I'll just go and verify my watch list and I will see if the stocks have got added. So yeah, the stocks again, I'll go here. Hold on a moment. So let me add this. I'm adding the entire stocks. Okay, I'm adding the entire stocks into this watch list. Okay, the stocks have got added again. So let me just verify again. So let me just verify this watch list. All of you can do the same process meanwhile. So what I'm doing is I am adding the stocks to the watch list. Okay. Now when you go here, okay, when you go here now and select this stock, you can see here that this is having all the stocks which are having the CPR narrow. Okay. Now what I do is I go back to this page again. Okay, I go back to this page again and then I go and select the NR7 weekly. Okay, so I have to go to this CPR narrow and then I have to click on the plus button. So that stock will get added to my watch list. Now what have I done? I have selected, okay, I have selected this stock which is my NR7 weekly. Now what I do is I go here, okay, into my narrow 7 and I click on the next week. Okay, I click on the next week. Just a moment. So when I click on the next week in the NR7, so what happens is that from that list of CPR narrow, I am now getting a further drill down of stocks. So पहले अगर मेरे पास 25 CPR narrows हैं, so now out of them, which are the narrowest in the last 7 trading sessions या 7 weeks? So अगर आप यहाँ पर जाएंगे, okay, I'll go here and I will be selecting the week, right? So now what I'll do is I will go and select the watch list and I will be selecting it for the week. Now when I select it for the week, okay, so it's for the week. So this is the CPR narrow. And then when I go to narrow 7 and I go here, these are the ones which are having for the next week. So you can see here that the entire list of stocks will not be here. Here there are more numbers. Here there are less numbers. So what does that mean? It means that you can take a look at these stocks. Okay, these are the NR7 stocks. That was the narrow stock, and from that you are shortlisted further. So these have got a very high potential to move during the week. Bullish or bearish is coming up later, right? Bullish or bearish is coming up later. Now, how after adding this, okay, after adding this stock, so you will create another watch list. So you created watch list number 1. From watch list number 1, you will pull that watch list number 1 into the CPR page. Then you will go to NR7 and in narrow 7 you will create watch list number 2. So if I go here, right, and I go here and for a new watch list, so I will create here watch list number 2. So this is watch list number 2. Okay, let me add here NR7. This I am creating watch list number 2. Okay, so I have created this watch list number 2, right? So now what has happened? I have created the watch list number 1, which is the CPR narrow. Then further drill down from that, I am finding out what are the narrowest CPR from that bucket, which are the narrowest in the last 7 weeks, so that I know they are having the maximum potential for me to give me a trade. Now I have done my short listing. All right, I have done my short listing now. So now what I will do, okay, let me go and check again, let me cross verify if the stocks have got added, so that now how will we action them. So now to action them, I will show you two ways. Okay, to action them I will show you two ways, so that all of you can start actioning on them. So agar pure hafte ka hai, so you can take action on them at any time during the week. Okay, so now for example this is the second watch list. So again, hold on a moment, stocks are not got added. Again, let me go here. Then okay, so let me again cross check here. So what I'll do is I will go first and I want to know from my list of stocks how to action them. All right. So is everyone here with me now? How many of you have got it? Please give me a thumbs up. सबको समझ में आ गया? Great, awesome. तो अभी हम लोग क्या करने वाले हैं? That's the question here, right? That's the question here कि अभी करना क्या है? तो अभी मैं आपको बता रहा हूं कि अभी हमको करना क्या है. अभी हमको जाना है हमारे डैशबोर्ड पे. ओके, we have to go to our dashboard, right? This is one way. I'm going to be showing you two ways. All right. So on our dashboard, hold on a moment. On our dashboard, what will we do? We know that we have to see the stocks from the open, right? We know that we have to see the stocks from the open. So अगर आपको जानना हो कि ये पर्टिकुलर मार्केट खुलने के बाद, ओके, मार्केट खुलने के बाद यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है, अगर जानना हो, so that you get to know very well from here, right? So how do we take action on them? You need to go and check out. Okay, you need to go and check out. What do you need to go and check out? You need to go and check out कि यहाँ पे एक्शन पॉइंट क्या है. एक्शन पॉइंट कैसे पता चलेगा आपको? एक्शन पॉइंट आपको कैसे पता चलेगा? आपको एक्शन पॉइंट पता So what you have to do is you have to go and check out. Okay, you'll have to select the market from the open, and you have to put down here. Okay, you have to select the basket of your weekly stocks. So what will happen is you have got the entire list of stocks, okay, based on the weekly narrow, and what you are doing is market खुलने के बाद वो कैसे perform कर रहे हैं. So you will have your entire list here, and then at the start of the week you can do your marking. Okay, so you can do your marking and you can find out that yes, this is what is happening to the stock and this is the positioning. So you know exactly how the trade has opened after the opening of the week. तो जैसे ही मार्केट खुलता है आपको पता चल जाता है कि these are the stocks, this has opened on the positive way, it has started the week in a positive manner. and you can take the identification from them. Now, having said that, you can mark out the stocks. You can see which are trading into the dark green. If it is in light green or light red, do not note it down. Okay? अगर light green या light red है, तो do not note it down. Okay? Light green या light red है, so do not note it down. When do you have to note it down? Like for example, it is dark green. आज it opened the day. Okay, it opened the day, right? We are on the weekend, the first trading day, markets will open, and then the moment it becomes dark red or dark green from that bucket, that means there is a trend that has emerged in that stock. So then you got to play along in that direction. All right. So that's how you got to see if it is light green or light red. Okay, if it's light green or light red, then leave it be. वहां से कुछ ट्रेंड जब भी आएगा तभी इस पर काम करेंगे. So as a neo trader, we will only concentrate on light green and light red. All right. So that's how you need to go about in method number 1. Now let's talk about method number 2. Method number 2 is you can open your rolling ticker page. Okay, you can open your rolling ticker page. All right. Now, when I open the rolling ticker page, right? When I open the rolling ticker page, what happens? Okay, what happens when I open the rolling ticker page? So when I open the rolling ticker page, then I will go and select the same basket, which is my watch list number 2. All right. NR7 weekly is my narrow जो stocks है, जो 25 या 30 stocks है, जो CPR narrow में है, they are my first bucket. From my first bucket, I will prepare the second bucket. So my second bucket is W2. So second bucket को select कर लूंगा. And I will select all the parameters in rolling ticker. So now what will happen is, as the day is moving, I will get the messages here. As the day is moving, I will get the messages here. So based on that, I will take action. देखिए stocks तो आपके पास आ गए हैं. आपको अभी थोड़ा उस stocks को लेकर एक आपको बनाना पड़ेगा. You will have to make a grid in Excel and say that yes, this stock has started on a positive note, this stock has started on a negative note. That's what is very important, right? That's what is very important. The stock has started on a negative note or stock has started on a positive note. After that, okay, after that, then you can decide what you need to do. So what you need to do में आपको पता चल जाएगा कि रोलिंग टिकर से आपको काफी सारे इंडिकेशंस आएंगे. अगर आप इंट्राडे ट्रेडर नहीं हो, ओके, अगर आप इंट्राडे ट्रेडर नहीं हो, so then you can choose multi-day, right? So intraday या multi-day, you can decide on your choice of trading. आपका जो क्या टाइम फ्रेम है वो आप चूज कर सकते हो, एंड इंट्राडे और मल्टी-डे. So if you are an intraday player, choose intraday. If you are a multi-day, choose multi-day. But then always note down. All right, always note down exactly how the stock has started the week. This way, what will happen is you will be able to know exactly the stock has started on a positive note, the stock has started on a negative note. And what is that note? All right, what is that note? The note is when the market opens on Monday, assuming that is the first trading day, right? So first trading day को stocks कैसे behave करते हैं? How is it started to move? Based on that, you can take action. So अगर 2% के ऊपर चलने लगता है, आप इंट्राडे ले सकते हैं. अगर उसके ऊपर चलने लगता है, तो आप मल्टी-डे भी कर सकते हैं. Now, for supporting that, and what are the additional parameters that are coming up and supporting that move, that you get to know from rolling ticker. So rolling ticker पर भी आप जाकर देख सकते हैं कि, for example, if it is an intraday, all right, and if it is an intraday, and you are looking at some kind of a candidate there. Okay, just assume that based on this, मान लीजिए ABB. Okay, so now when you take a look at ABB, you can see here that on 9th, there were many bearish parameters that were coming up, right? There were many bearish parameters that were coming up, which said that there is a negative trend in ABB, right? So now just assume that it is the start of the trading day. So you know that it has begun the week on a negative note. So जो CPR narrow था, प्राइस उसके ऊपर के बजाय उसके नीचे चल रहा है. जब उसके ऊपर चलने लगता है, तो then you go it with a bullish bias. अगर CPR के नीचे चलने लगता है, then you begin with a bearish bias, right? But then you know exactly what are those potential hot stocks which you can concentrate on, and that is arrived at by the constant filtering. If you take the big basket, you may have more number of narrow, but then from that basket you have filtered down into a lesser number of stocks from based on the NR7, and that is helping you to look at the potential candidates. All right. So now once those stocks are arrived at, then you go and check out on your dashboard, right? You can check out on your dashboard, or you can pull the same into your rolling ticker. Now, why am I telling you to mark those stocks at the start of the week? Because you know that yes, it has begun the day positively, begun the week positively, or begun the week negatively. Same exercise you can carry it on week basis and find out that yes, shortlisting as a process will become much more simpler. This is one way of shortlisting. Now there are multiple ways of using the CPR page, which I'll be covering it from time to time. But for now, I just wanted to bring this point to your attention, and that's why in this edition we are focusing on how to take the concept of CPR, how to use it in a format which you can use it on a consistent basis. More such concepts and more such interesting discussions we will be getting into your understanding, and we will be taking you through them in the next couple of sessions, and ensure that आपको CPR page का जो understanding है वो अच्छी तरह से हो जाए. All right. So I hope all of you have got some good clarity now, and once you start using the CPR page, right? Once you start using the CPR page, you will be able to get a good clarity. Now, before I end this session, I will just do again a revision of the steps so that all of you have got very good clarity. So the first step, what we have to do, all right? First step, what we have to do is we have to go to the CPR page and then select the week and select your Nifty FNO basket. All right, Nifty FNO, and this beginning from Nifty FNO. Now, this is the entire list of stocks which is there in the CPR page of the Nifty FNO. Having done that, what you are doing is this is the list of your say 30-40 stocks. So this entire thing you will go and add it to your watch list. Okay, you'll go and add it to your watch list. Now, once you add this to your watch list, okay, once you add this to your watch list, you will be able to get a complete idea of all the stocks which are having CPR narrow based on the last week. Now, that is your watch list number 1. Then what you will do is you will again refresh the page, because the watch list will get loaded, okay, into this bucket. Okay, this is the bucket of the watch list. There are some predefined watch lists and there are some watch lists which I have created. Now, then you will go and create the watch list number 2. How will you do that? For creating watch list number 2, first you will select watch list number 1. After selecting watch list number 1, okay, now you have selected watch list number 1. After selecting watch list number 1, you will then filter it down. You will filter it down from where? You will go now to your narrow 7. Okay, this is based on your 30-40 stocks. उसमें से 25 या 20 stocks will be in narrow 7. What does narrow 7 mean? The narrows in the last 7 weeks. We want this particular list. So this will be your watch list number 2. Okay, this will be your watch list number 2, and this will get created as a watch list number 2. So you have created now your watch list number 2. Now the action time. How will we action them? We will then go onto the dashboard, okay, and then we will go to the dashboard, and when the market opens, We will select our watch list number 2 and set it from the open, and then find out how are the stocks playing out at the start of the week. All right. Now, when that begins to happen, you will say, okay, say Cholamandalam Finance or HDFC have begun the week and they are trading, they have started moving about 2%. यानी उसमें bullishness आ गया है. यहाँ पर Bandhan Bank, PFC, they are minus 2%. So they are having more bearish pressure. So yeah, this has begun the week on a negative note. So that will be your noting. Now, how will you get more confirmation and validation? For that, you will go into your rolling ticker. On the rolling ticker page, you will again pull up the same basket, which is your watch list number 2. And then based on that, whatever time frame of your trading, be it an intraday or be it a multi-day, okay, be it an intraday or be it a multi-day, you will decide, right? You will decide and you will take action. So now, based on this, you have seen that yes, there is a positive movement in that stock. Now, if you're going to trade on an intraday basis, you will select intraday. Then you will see if there are at least 3 or more parameters, minimum 3 parameters should be certifying that stock. Then you're good to go on the long side or you're good to go on the short side. That is how you need to participate. So whatever stocks you are shortlisting are expected to perform, all right? They are potential stocks. How they perform during the week, it is entirely dependent on the price action. What I have shown you, okay, what I have shown you are potential stocks which are looking good at the end of the week. Okay, they are stocks which are looking good at the end of the week. You then will have to track it during the week and take trades suitably. All right. Now, if you want to use other qualifying parameters for shortlisting, you are most welcome to do that. But then what I have shown you is a process using CPR. Now, the stocks may perform on Monday, may perform only on Monday, or may perform right through the week. That's completely depending on the market action. But then what you are seeing here right now is a process. And this process is a process for shortlisting stocks, which is still 50%, only still 50% of the work. What the balance 50% of the work is to be done by the market. So now you are having certain set of stocks. So that is the reason why I'm saying at the start of the week, आपको mark करना है कि इस stocks की शुरुआत इस हफ्ते कैसे हुई, whether it happened on a positive note or on a negative note. Now, और positive और negative के लिए अगर हफ्ते के at the start of the day जब भी आप उसे डैशबोर्ड पर पुल करेंगे, ओके, जब भी आप उसे डैशबोर्ड पर पुल करेंगे, जब ये डार्क रेड हो जाता है, that means that it has got more bearishness. अगर वो डार्क ग्रीन हो जाता है, that means it has got more bullishness. Now, that's the message which you will get from the price action, and based on the CPR, you have got an understanding that yes, these prices are currently consolidating and they are about to give us a trend. What kind of trend and how to take action can be done using the dashboard and rolling ticker. All right. So thank you so much everyone for joining in this session, and I hope you got some good idea about CPR. We'll be coming up with more such ways of doing weekend analysis and summarizing the week and show you the ways in which you can start using it for your trading. All right. Thank you so much and have a good day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and do join the YouTube channel and also click the subscribe and bell icon so that you can stay notified about all such interesting videos which are going to do for you. And if you're a part of any group, you can also leave your comment on what you have understood about this particular session and what was your key takeaway. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day and happy weekend.